Hey, it's Hunt. You found Hunt on Saints. We're talking black and gold football. Do us a favor. Hit the like button, share your comments below, and hit that subscription button so you can get all of our content. Enjoy. Well, let's shift gears here, Sharief, to the Saints. Minicamp, saw Taysom Hill out there throwing passes, running routes. What are they accomplishing at this point in minicamp?
I think you're probably getting some small installations of both sides of the ball, honestly. And the Taysom Hill thing is, he's always done that.
Yeah.
And, Dennis is going to say the same answer. Hey, we're going to play him in every position, work him at every position. But, it is just integrating the game plan in a very minor and basic way, but also getting a chance for, we continue to say, Derek Carr to work with Alvin Kamara. Since he wasn't at OTAs, he was finally, a present for minicamp. And, those two have to get on the same page now. And just getting some of the other, the offensive line, who all of them were there finally for the first time. Trevor Penning still not 100% yet working off on the side, but it's just continue to build the chemistry and get the game plan into motion and installing things. And we're going to see that in these 3 days of minicamp practice, and then boom, a break, and then we're back to training camp.
It's right around the corner. I appreciate this LSU baseball team for extending throughout June, or we're only going to have a couple of weeks of the slowest time of the year. It's not to suggest there's nothing to talk about, but it is slower than most, and they're gonna get us into a big piece of that down here in South Louisiana. Last thing here, Sharief, and this is kind of an open-ended question, but as far as some guys that are still free agents, there are still some guys out there that have not signed anywhere. Is there a position that you think the Saints are going to move on? Is there a position, do you think, a player that you have in mind the Saints may be interested in, or is they're kind of looking like they're going to address some of that as we get towards training camp?
Look, I wouldn't be surprised. I want to see what the Raiders do with Hunter Renfrow. It feels like they're taking anyone away from the Raiders that either wants to be traded or they're going to eventually cut. He has a good chemistry, and he would be a good slot receiver to throw in there for Derek Carr, knowing those two guys' connection and being on the same team. I'd look at, if he does get cut by the Raiders, it wouldn't shock me at all if the Saints bring him in. They have the money, they have the salary cap to bring him in and keep him on the team for a few years. I mean, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to have an extra weapon on an offense. If it stays healthy, it would be really good. But I think I'd like to see them add a linebacker. That's a position I think, hey, man, somebody gets hurt, or, man, I just don't know. I mean, who's going to come in? I mean, a lot of guys, with very inexperienced guys out there right now. I mean, you just have Pete and you have DeMario. I know they like to run with just two linebackers, but one of those guys goes down, it's very, very thin there when it comes to experience. So I would say those two positions. I mean, I don't know guys who are going to be available before camp or during camp. Somebody gets cut loose, but yeah, I would say Hunter Renfrow and get you a little depth at linebacker, and I'm fine with the defensive line. I mean, secondary is pretty deep to me, so I think I would look at those two positions, and maybe an offensive line too.
Hey, it's Hunt. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.